Hello and welcome to the third summer event of World Racing League on MotoGP 25. You realise that last time was event 2. I didn't actually compete in the first event at Le Mans. I kind of wish I did now, but I just decided not to. However, getting into this is my home track at Silverstone, so I'm hoping for a very good result today. I practiced a decent amount for this race, but nothing crazy. I didn't practice as much as I did for Jerez. That was probably the most important pre-season event, in my opinion. I think that's where everyone was at their best, when everyone was trying to be the most competitive they could possibly be. However, now at Silverstone, it's going to be a little bit more relaxed, a bit more fun than the try-hardy. And yeah, anyway, you can see here, getting into the first valid lap of the session through the loop, turn 4. Exiting out first gear second. Make sure not to clip this inside the curb too hard. If you go on the inside there, you take the middle of it, it's very easy to high side, so you have to be very careful. See here, Tyre Socks, new name to the lobby. He didn't compete at Jerez. However, he's here now very fast. See another very, very competitive lobby. You got Uliso, Davide Galina, Adrian, Spadalongo, Sacred Nick, Gabriello, Camille and Daniele Aloe. This is supposed to be an 11-player lobby. You might be wondering why we're missing one name, but Jawanda, who's an Indonesian rider, he unfortunately wasn't able to make it today. I'm pretty sure, well, if I had to guess, he was probably asleep. I mean, the time of this race is 8:45, 9 PM UK time, so over in Indonesia it's already, what, 4 AM or something. So, very early for him, and I understand why he wasn't able to make it. You can see here, going through Beckett's, my first valid lap of the session, 2.5 tenths up on Tyre Socks, who's on a 54.5 as the benchmark, which is pretty solid. See here, I don't know who that was spawning behind me, I think it's Spadalongo. The autopilot sometimes can be quite annoying when you have people spawning in front of you, but around here it isn't too bad. It's nowhere near as much as bad as it was at Jerez. But having quick track entry just makes qualifying more exciting, so you can do more laps, it's better for viewing. And it's just more fun in general when you're the one doing the laps. It's just more enjoyable. See here, finishing the first lap with a 54.2, so it's a solid banker. See here, skipping 5 minutes. You can see I've already done a 54.204, and Julito has closed the gap to about half a tenth behind me. So I need to make sure I make this lap count. This will be my best lap of the session, so hoping it will be enough for pole position. See down below, Gabriello 46 on 2 red sectors and green sectors. So he's flying at the moment. Across the line, but he's a 54.6, so he lost a lot of time in the final 2 sectors. However, here you can see I'm starting my first, well, not my first, my best lap of the session. Up to 5th gear, going to Abbey, downshifting to 3rd, missing the inside curve. You want to clip that, but unfortunately this time I wasn't able to make it. Going for farm, 3rd gear, downshifting to 1st through village. I say clipping the inside curve there, you don't want to do that. You want to just avoid it, but unfortunately I clipped it, lost a little bit of time. Now through the loop, turn 4, exiting in 1st gear, upshifting to 2nd early, and now short shifting to 3rd for Aintree, because it's very important to not get the wheel spin out of this corner, and 3rd gear just makes it smoother. And that's what works for me. Downshifting to 3rd, now 2nd, now back down to 1st for Brooklyn's taking a late apex. So it's important to V that corner off a little bit onto left field, hitting the inside curb, but not losing too much time, unfortunately. Still up on my delta. As you can see, Tyre Socks with 2 red sectors there, but unfortunately invalidated this lap. I'm going through Woodcut up to 5th gear, exiting smoothly, make sure it's a clean exit. Now braking hard into Cops on the outside curb. One of my strongest corners on the track. I've been very consistent through here. Now 3rd, 4th, 5th, down into the hardest part of the track. Maggots and Beckett's, flicking it into the inside curve at turn 11, clipping the inside, having a little bit of shake on the bike, but it's okay. That's turn 12, 13, Beckett's, riding the inside curve perfectly, but not getting the most incredible exit. However, hitting the inside curve of Chapel perfectly and getting a good exit up into forward. You can see I'm a 10.5 up on my delta. So about to enter the final part of the circuit. Stowe, hard braking, looking for the white line on the left, clipping the inside curve. That's not what you want to do. Exiting out, blowing the ride height device into the final chicane of Vale, braking just before the shadow, hitting the outside curve. That's not what you want to do, and I run wide. Through Vale, 2017, 2.5 tenths up on my delta. Will it be enough to improve my lap time? I think it will be. Will it be enough for a 53? Across the line, and it's a 54.038, and unfortunately I don't quite get the 53. But there is still time in the session to improve. You can see I'm changing my tyres. Now he skipped another couple of minutes. You can see the gap to Julito is still 2/10, so he hasn't improved. Tysux is on the double orange sector. You can see Julito's invalidated his lap. And Danny Galina is also improving. So at this point in the session, I really wanted to do a 53, but saying in most of the practice I've been able to do 53s. My best was actually a 53.6, which was quite an incredible lap. That's now starting the final lap. You can see we've got a marker up ahead of us. I don't know who that is, but yeah, we'll just see if we can close in as much as we can. You can see downshift in third into Abbey, hitting the inside curve this time, so I'm going to gain a lot of time here through the first couple of corners. You can see I'm already almost a 10th off my delta. I am a 10th off my delta coming to turn 3. Perfect braking, just missing the inside curve is exactly what you want to do. I'm coming to turn 4 the loop. I'm already a 10th and a half off my delta just in 3 corners. It's quite incredible how much time you can gain if you get that right. A 10th and a half up in the first sector. You can see Adrian in the red sector too, so it's very important to get this lap on the board. Braking hard into Brooklands. Yeah, that's just about right. Having a little bit of a step out on the rear, but it's okay. Not just about missing the inside curb. Like I say, a clean line through Luffield this time. Not hitting the inside curb, getting a nice tight apex. Exiting in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Going through Woodcote, fast exit. Staying as smooth as possible. A 10th and a half off my delta. This is quite an incredible lap. I can round it off. Coming through Cops, and I have a little bit of shake on the front end. I hesitated on the outside curb. I don't know how I didn't invalidate there. That's quite incredible. That's 5th. This is the hardest part of the track. I need to get it right. It's my final lap of the session. Unfortunately, through turn 11, I have a little bit of shake and I lost a lot of time. See, I was a 10th and a half up in sector 2, but now 0.277 down. I lost 4 tenths in one sector, and now I've invalidated on the exit of Beckett's, unfortunately, and now this lap won't count. So I need to hope that nobody else will improve, else I won't be able to get pole on my home circuit. See here, I'm going to finish out the lap anyway. I'm a 10th and a half off this. Remember this, I was a 10th and a half up in sector 2, and then I was 0.277 down in sector 3. Now braking hard into the Vale chicane, getting it just right on the inside curve. This lap would have been so good if it wasn't for the bad sector 3 and making loads of mistakes and invalidating. Coming around the final corner, it's going to be a 53.9, which is super unfortunate, but it won't matter anyway because Julito got pole with a 53.946, a great lap from Julito. Followed by me, Adrian Spadalongo, Daniele Aloe, Tysux, Davide Galina, Gabriello 46, and Camille and Sacred Midcat rounding out the field. I say there's a decent gap between me, Julito, and the rest of the field, so hopefully it'll be between us for the race win. We're going to make sure that I get a good start here and make the most of racing at my home track. You see here, my number and helmet have changed again, just like last week. I don't know why the hell that is happening. It's a bit of a joke, to be honest, but I mean, it is what it is. It's only on my end. Can't see on the stream. You see here, waiting for the lights to go out. 5 red lights. Long wait. And they're out. And we get a decent launch, but it's not quite perfect. You see Julito just got a better launch than us, and on the inside, Adrian's up the inside, so I have to let off the brake to give him the space. He's ran slightly wide, and you can see Julito's already opened up a few tenths of a gap just because of that. I decided to take a tight line into turn 3, but Adrian hits us on the rear and he's pushed me wide, and unfortunately I was Daniele Aloe to go through, so now I have to try and make up another position to get back onto the rear of Julito. See, he's trying to get up the inside here, but it's too risky, so I back out of it. So yeah, we've got Adrian and Spadalongo close behind us. So I want to get past Daniele Aloe, but I'm not quite close enough. I brake late into Brooklands. I'm just about to get it stopped. Okay, putting it back for a late apex. You see Adrian's up or inside, and he gives me a little bit of a tap, so I've lost another position. This has not been a clean start. You can see up ahead, Julito's already opened up an 8/10 gap to me. 9 tenths now. It's incredible what a clean start does for your race. See, Spadalongo is a 10th half behind us. Adrian's running wide there in the exit of Woodcote. Braking hard into Cops, and he's run wide, so it's an opportunity to make an overtake, get back into 3rd place, and we take it perfectly. Adrian's now already, I mean, he's already 2 tenths behind us. You lose a lot of time when you mess that section up. See here, braking hard into Banks and Beckett, so I've already run wide, but it should be okay. See here, not the cleanest start to race. I'm already picking up a warning, which you do not want to do around here. It's very easy to get warnings as I pick up another silly mistakes, pick up warnings on the first lap. You shouldn't be doing that. See, Daniele Aloe made a mistake on the exit there, so maybe we'll be able to get through into Stowe, but I'm not quite close enough again. I say what I want to do is I want to make the overtakes as clean as possible. I say lose as little time as possible. can see here, I'm close, but I'm not quite close enough to get ahead of Daniele Aloe, which is quite unfortunate. You can see here the running order on the first lap. Got Julito, Daniele Aloe, Adrian's just behind us. He just came into our camera view in the background. That was close. I made a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, finishing the first lap, Adrian's behind us. Badalongo, who actually picked the soft front tyre, which was an interesting decision. I didn't get to test it myself, or I didn't even try and test it, but I would guess that it isn't great, but maybe around here you'll be able to get away with it. As I get very close to Daniele Aloe through turn 3, I took a really tight line. See here, trying as hard as possible to get through, but it's super hard to make a clean overtake. You can see Julito's 8 tenths up the road still, so I haven't lost any time from the last lap. See, maybe we've got the run on Daniele Aloe here into turn 6, but not quite close enough. See, there's a half-second gap to Adrian behind us, so I can relax a little bit from behind. I just need to focus on my lines, try and set up this overtake as well as I can, because he's hounding the back of Daniele. And unfortunately, it's quite difficult to overtake just in general when everyone's on the same sort of pace, when everyone's doing incredible lap times. It's super hard to make these passes, and you have to be creative, you have to be smart with your overtakes, you have to set them up multiple corners before. You can see there's a little bit of a lag there. I don't know what was going on here. I think it happened a couple times, but I say hopefully it doesn't happen again as I pick up another warning. See, Camille's crashed. Oh, Daniele's run wide, so I've gained a position, there we go, into second place, and now I can attempt to hunt down Julito for the win of the race, and he's still only 8 tenths ahead, so he's not too far up the road, so it should be okay. I don't know, it's going to be quite tough, but I'm already on 4 warnings, which is ridiculous. The mistakes I've made in this race already, getting 4 warnings this early is quite silly. Should be doing better than that. See, I clipped the inside curb of Vale and almost crashed. Probably the final couple of corners, finishing the second lap of the race. The gap's still 7 tenths, so I set a 55.0 first lap of the race so far. So Daniele Aloe just 2 tenths behind us. At this point, I want to try and get into my rhythm, set a strong pace, not make any mistakes, just keep it clean. And yeah, this track is brilliant. I love Silverstone. I really enjoy it. I think it's a fun track, nice and flowing. I like the hard braking zones. I like the nature of the third sector, the technicalities of it. I really enjoy it, and it's a very fun track. Obviously my home track, so you know I'm probably going to enjoy it anyway, even if it wasn't a great circuit, just because it is my home track and the only British track on the calendar. But I really want to take this one home. You see, I'm clipping inside curve with Luffield there. You don't really want to do that. I say it's quite easy to crash hitting the inside curves like that, so you need to be careful. Now, holding a stable gap to Julito here, I want to just chip away, a tenth here, a tenth there, slowly gain time on him. He hit the inside curve with Cops though, and that would lose me a little bit of time. It's not the cleanest run. You see Daniele Aloe is close behind us, but not right on top of us. Going through Maggots and Beckers. I have a shake on the front end there, going through Maggots, and it set me off this whole section. As soon as you get one corner wrong, it just goes pear-shaped, and you see messing up Beckett's as well, and I've lost, what, half a second just through that section because of one mistake on the entry. See, Daniele Aloe is attempting to go on the outside into Stowe. However, I'm close enough to brake alongside him. All I need to do is cover the inside here so he can't get a cut back, taking a very, very tight line so he can't get up the inside, hitting the inside curb, but fortunately he did the same. And that just saves me from losing a position. You can see here I've lost 7 tenths to Julito in what, just 4 or 5 corners because of those mistakes. So I say I've got all of it to make up again. I've got all the time to make up. You can see Julito's done a 54.9, so fast lap of the race. It's a strong lap on the second lap. And now I've got all the work cut out for me to make a comeback in this race. I say Daniele's 3 tenths behind me now, so it's okay. And you've got Adrian still in 4th, Spadders in 5th, and I'm pretty sure at this point of the race the top 5 have broken away from the rest of the field. So I say we should be on for a podium here, at the minimum a podium. I say I know I've got the pace for the win, but the tough start to this race and the mistakes on the second lap have made it quite difficult. See, running wide here at Brooklands, but still keeping a positive pace. Say matching Julito now after those mistakes, and just trying to keep it smooth. I say I really enjoyed racing again. It was a long time. after the last race, and I say it's quite nice to actually be back and competing at a higher level. I've missed doing it for a long time, and I'm hoping that this game can be quite positive for me. I'm enjoying it at the moment. As I said, it has its issues, but the game in general, I quite enjoy. The base of the game is quite fun, and I'll just be hoping to see if I can improve and keep a consistent level. I want to stay at the front. I want to keep getting podiums. Obviously, every race can't go like that, but I mean, have to at least hope, you know. See here, braking hard into Stowe. I've opened up a gap now to Daniele Lowe, and now getting into a rhythm. Only a 10th off my delta, even though it's the 4th lap of the race. So the tyres are already dropping off a little bit, but I'm pretty much matching the pace I set from the start of the race. Braking hard into Vale, and I'm closing up in Julito a little bit. 1.2 behind now. Temporarily up on my delta there, going through the final couple of corners, but doing a 55.1. So it's a very, very solid 4th lap, and at this point, I know that the race win is still on if I can keep it smooth and be fast. I know that in the end laps of the race, the final couple of laps, I have very strong pace. See here, if you look at the left, Daniele Aloe's already got a long lap, so just like me, he's having trouble with warnings, he's having trouble with keeping the bike on the circuit. I said I'm still on 4 warnings. I haven't received a long lap yet, but it's very, very easy to do around here. Just clip the inside a little bit too much. So yeah, the gap behind is already a second, so now I just need to focus on keeping myself within track limits, staying consistent, smooth. As you can see, I almost pick up another warning. That was way too close to pick up a warning. I say the long lap around here is at turn 4 on the game, whereas in real life it's actually at Luffield. So fortunately in the game it's not as harsh as it is IRL, but I say it's still a 1.5 second loss for taking a long lap, so I say that's a lot of time that would drop me behind Daniele Aloe, so I need to make sure I stay smooth here, at least for the next couple of laps. See, I'm taking a lot of risk through Magnus and Beckett because I know that I can close up Toledo. I know at this point in the race I have the pace, keeping it smooth. You can see that almost picking up a warning at the exit of Beckett's. You see, closing the gap to 1.1. As you remember, the last lap it was about 1.2, high 1.2, 1.3 seconds at this point. So lapping about a tenth or two faster than Julito. You can see up front, Julito's gone very, very wide at start. It's very easy to do. I say because of how the lighting on this game is quite difficult to see the braking points, and I've actually done that myself a couple of times. You can see now he's hesitating doing the entry to Vale, and you can see the gap's already down to 0.3. So that mistake from Julito has cost him a lot, and now we are right back into this race. All we need to do now is just try and engineer an overtake somewhere around the circuit. As I've already said before, that in this race it's very, very difficult to overtake on this game, especially when you're at even pace with someone. And Julito is, in my opinion, probably the second fastest on the game at the moment, or at least joint with me and Adrian. So we need to be very, very smart in the way we overtake here. We need to be very precise, can't make any mistakes. You can see it's still 0.3 hovering around that sort of gap. The slipstream on this game is quite strong, so if I can get slightly closer I should be able to gain time. See here, braking hard into Brooklands, and I've run wide. I ran a little bit too wide there, but it's fine. At least it's a late apex, so I don't lose too much. Going for Luffield. So late apex, still just struggling a little bit on the rear grip there. You can see it's stepping out slightly, so I have to manage the throttle. Yeah, you can see it's stepping out again through Woodcut here, and it's quite difficult to actually put down the throttle at this point in the race. You can see I'm running slightly deep into cuts, but it's okay. You see I tapped the chat button there by accident. Sometimes I do that because in the way I hold the controller, I tap R1 or L1 or the touchpad, and I've had it before where I've accidentally held the clutch and my bike's gone into neutral when I'm going through a corner. I'm like, oh, I'm a dumbass, but it is what it is. Fortunately I haven't done that much on this game. You see, taking a lot of risk through Beckett's on the inside. It's very easy to pick up a warning on the exit on the white line. It's quite annoying that the white line is like that, but I mean, what can you do? It's track limits. So braking hard into Stowe here. The gap stayed even between Julito and I for the whole of this lap, and I'm just not quite close enough. I would like to go for an overtake, but if I go for an overtake from here, I'll just be ramming him off the track. So you have to be super careful. And here, bring the gap down to within 0.2 for a split second there, but it's only because I messed up the corner. And there we go, I've hit the inside curbs, had a bad run onto the Hamilton straight, and Now I need to make up the time again that I gained throughout the middle of that lap. Hitting the inside curve of turn 1, Abbey perfectly though. Getting a nice first sector here. See Daniele Lowe behind us crashed, that opens up the gap to 2 seconds. It's a 2-horse race here between me and Julito. As long as neither of us make any mistakes, one of us are going to win. So you're coming through the loop. 2 tenths behind Julito, still closing in slightly, but it's not quite enough. See, I'm struggling for rear grip now and hit the inside curve. I don't know how the hell I didn't pick up a warning there. That's actually crazy. Looking back at this, I just realised I probably should have had a warning for that, but it's okay. I'm still in this race, fortunately, taking a nice line through Brooklyn, so you can see Julito's gone slightly wide. It looks like he's struggling a little bit on the front end with maybe a little bit of a wheelie in between the corner. See here, exiting Luffield, I'm still within 3 tenths of Julito, so we're still within a chance of this win. Coming through Woodcote, gaining time in the slipstream, 5 tenths off my Delta, so that's not bad. Adrian behind us, 2 seconds back. See, braking super hard into Cox. It looks like Julito was slightly hesitant there, and now I'm right within a chance of winning this race. Within a tenth of him, coming to Magnussen Beckett's into 5th gear. I really want to win this, my home Grand Prix. Taking a lot of risk through Maggots. You can see here, I just clipped the inside, and I don't know how I got a warning there. So unlucky. You can see here, now I'm impatient because I've got a warning now. Trying to go up the inside. Julito's run slightly wide, and I get another warning. And here, I think I touch his rear wheel, and I just run off track, and that loses me a lot of drive. And unfortunately, there, that would be the race over, or at least for my chance of a win, especially with a long lap now. That was quite silly. I probably should have just waited behind him. You can see behind us, Adrian has also got a long lap now. Now going through the final couple of corners, Julito has pretty much won this race. I say all he needs to do is just make... Oh, excuse me, he's slowing down. He's back up into the corner. He's actually run out of fuel. Julito ran out of fuel. That's quite incredible. I don't know how that happened. I'm pretty sure in practice he ran the same fuel every time and he didn't run out. So here we'll cross the line in first. However, we have a long lap. So does Adrian. So, I mean, who's going to win this race? It could be... I think it's Spada. Spada Longo, I think, has won this race. So I'm coming into the final screen, and yes, he has. He wins it by 3 tenths. I say just consistency. That's what matters. It doesn't matter if you're fast. It doesn't matter if, you know... I mean, Spada's fast, don't get me wrong. He's just super consistent, super smart race. And you can see here, 2nd place, Adrian in 3rd, Gabriele 4th, Camille, Meerkat, Daniele Lowe, Galina, and Julito, unfortunately, who ran out of fuel, got robbed of a win. Anyway, I'll be back in 2 weeks' time with the race in Aragon, which I'm looking forward to. It should be fun. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.